In the past, I've had no reports, but this particular Monday evening, I do have a report. I want to address the residents of the 4th Ward and all the residents of DeKalb. For those of you who saw this flyer on your door or the advertisement in the Daily Chronicle on Saturday, I stopped in personally this afternoon at the fire station on South 7th Street, and it is staffed with 2 firemen 24 hours a day. So engine company number 2 is not out of service, and as the people who've called me who said, this place is completely closed down, right? It is not closed down. There are 2 firefighters in there. It is EMS only. Now the fire truck that was there has been moved to fire station number 1. The Southside fire station number 2 is ambulance only as of right now. Now I would question why we would move this fire truck to station number 1, which is across on the north side of the tracks, since if a fire occurs on the south side, why not at least have the 2 firemen respond with the fire truck versus the ambulance? Now, Fire Chief Harrison has said, well, it's a situation called a brownout. It's going to be resolved here in 2 weeks. But again, you have 2 firefighters in this station. Why not just leave the fire truck there, and in the event that it's a fire on the south side, do exactly what you're talking about, which is this jump station, which I've never heard of, but that's fine. I'm learning, right, all these different things. But why not just do that right now instead of having this 2-week period where all of a sudden, if something happens, the safety potentially is in danger? I asked that question. Any residents who have asked me, is it really true that the fire station is closed? I tell you, no, it is not closed. It is still open. The firefighters who are there as ambulance only because the fire truck has been moved to fire station number 1. I want to remind all residents that an offer was made by the city to keep the fire department labor force intact if they would have taken a wage freeze as directed by the EPI report this year. They opted for their contractual increase, and we, as the employer, were forced to lay off 3 of their workers to be able to pay the wage increase. Now, as citizens, I remind you that when DeKalb was experiencing growth, all the unions shared in the gains. This year, when we're in the recession, all the unions who work with the city, bar 1, decided to not simply share in that loss. On August 24th, according to the fire chief, we're going to have that fire truck back down there. I hope we can get that done sooner than that so that the scare tactic from this propaganda that came out can potentially alleviate some of the fears of some of my residents on the south side. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Gallagher. Mr. Naylor?